there's something profoundly broken in the way most people relate to their life circumstances. A silent epidemic of victimhood that has been programmed so deeply, most don't even recognize they're trapped. Imagine for a moment that everything you've been told about personal power is a carefully constructed illusion, that the very moment you believe something is happening to you, you've already collapsed yourself into the weakest possible quantum position. Most people walk through life like passive receivers, reacting, defending, explaining. But quantum physics reveals something radical. You are not experiencing reality. You are generating it. The dangerous lie embedded in your current operating system is this: that you are a separate entity observing an external world, when in truth, you are the generative field that collapses potential into form. Every time you say this is happening to me, you're actually broadcasting a frequency of total surrender. And the quantum field? It doesn't hear your wishes. It only listens to your dominance. What if I told you that your entire life, every relationship, every opportunity, every limitation, is nothing more than a precise reflection of your internal broadcast? Not your thoughts, not your intentions, but your embodied frequency. Let's deconstruct the core misalignment that keeps most people trapped in a loop of perpetual struggle. The moment you define your desires as something separate from your current reality, you've already guaranteed they will remain distant. This isn't metaphysical poetry. This is quantum physics in its most precise expression. Why do results feel slow? It's not that reality is resisting you. You are energetically loyal to the version of yourself still waiting, still wanting, still believing in separation. In quantum mechanics, the observer doesn't just watch the experiment. The observer determines the experiment's outcome. The electron doesn't decide its path. The observation itself collapses the wave function into a specific trajectory. Your life operates on the identical principle. Most people never reach true manifestation, not because they lack technique, but because they're caught in the trap of seeing themselves as separate from the very reality they wish to generate. Here's the part most won't tell you. Your victim narrative is not just a story. It's a sophisticated energy management system designed to keep you exactly where you are. Every time you say, "I can't," "It's too hard," "Things never work out for me," you're not describing reality. You're creating it with scientific precision. The quantum field doesn't understand language, it understands frequency. And your frequency is being generated moment by moment, not by what you consciously want, but by what you're unconsciously being. Continuing the quantum narrative, the double-slit experiment isn't just a scientific curiosity. It's a portal into the most profound revelation about reality's true nature. Picture a pristine laboratory, white walls gleaming under sterile fluorescent lights, where something impossible happens every single time. Particles behaving not as fixed objects, but as waves of pure potential. Imagine electrons fired through two microscopic slits expected to create a predictable pattern. But here's where physics shatters every conventional understanding. When unobserved, these electrons create an interference pattern suggesting they're passing through both slits simultaneously. The moment a conscious observer enters, merely by looking, the electrons collapse into a definitive path, as if the very act of witnessing determines their physical reality. This isn't metaphor. This is literal quantum mechanics revealing something revolutionary. Consciousness isn't separate from matter. Consciousness generates matter. You're not living in a fixed reality. You're continuously collapsing infinite potential into specific form through the precise frequency of your attention. Most humans walk around believing they're watching a pre-existing movie, but quantum physics reveals you're actually the filmmaker, the projector, and the screen, all simultaneously. Your nervous system isn't just receiving information. It's generating entire timelines through the quality of your internal signal. When physicists first discovered this, they were terrified. A fundamental assumption of scientific objectivity crumbled. The observer is not neutral. The observer is the creator. And this creation happens below thought, in the realm of pure frequency and embodied state. Consider your current life circumstance. What if it's not happening to you, but through you? What if every limitation is simply a frequency you're unconsciously maintaining, a wave of potential you haven't yet collapsed into form? The electrons in that laboratory don't choose their path. They respond to consciousness. And so do you. Let's map the quantum landscape of your most intimate struggles, revealing not just what's happening, but the precise energetic mechanism beneath each moment of resistance. The AM doubt landscape. You're awake, heart racing, that familiar spiral of existential panic consuming your nervous system. Traditional meditation tells you to breathe and let go, but quantum physics reveals something far more powerful. This moment isn't a problem to solve. It's a frequency waiting to be recalibrated. Your 3 a.m. panic isn't random. It's a precise signal, broadcasting your deepest unresolved frequencies of uncertainty. The quantum truth? Doubt is not the opposite of certainty. Doubt is unprocessed potential. When you feel that 3 a.m. terror, you're actually experiencing multiple timelines simultaneously, and your nervous system is choosing which one to collapse. Instead of fighting the anxiety, become the precise observer. Drop into your body. Feel the vibration without narrative. Breathe not to calm down, but to become a different frequency altogether. 30-second quantum reset. Place your hand on your heart. Feel the actual physical sensation of breath moving through your chest. Not the story about the breath, the pure sensation. You're not controlling anything. You're becoming a different broadcast altogether. Prophetic result. Within 72 hours, you'll notice synchronicities that feel almost impossible. Not because you manifested them, but because you became a different energetic signature. Bank account trauma. That moment of checking your balance, feeling that familiar contraction of fear and shame. Traditional abundance work tells you to visualize wealth. Quantum physics reveals something more profound. Your bank account is not a financial instrument. It's a precise reflection of your internal frequency of worthiness. The quantum truth? Scarcity is not a money problem. It's a perception problem. Your nervous system is currently broadcasting a signal of lack, so precisely that the financial field has no choice but to match your transmission. 30-second quantum reset. Close your eyes. Feel the actual sensation of abundance in your body, not the thought of abundance. The feeling. Where in your body do you feel expansion? Breathe into that exact location. Prophetic result. Unexpected financial opportunities will emerge not as miracles but as natural expressions of your recalibrated frequency. Vision board mockery. You've created another vision board, filled with dreams that feel increasingly distant. Each image now feels like a taunt rather than inspiration. Traditional manifestation teaches you to look at these images and believe. Quantum physics reveals a more radical approach. The quantum truth, your vision board is not a goal. It's a frequency calibration device. Those images are not destinations. They are current potential waiting to be collapsed. 30-second quantum reset. Look at one image, but instead of wanting it, become the frequency of the version of you who already embodies this reality. Not through imagination, through pure, precise embodiment. Prophetic result, the very things that seemed impossible will start assembling themselves around you with a speed that defies logical explanation. Jim Carrey's $10 million check, a quantum manifestation decoded. Most see a story. I see a precise quantum frequency collapse. Before fame, Carrey wasn't just visualizing, he was generating an entirely different energetic signature, operating outside conventional reality's limitations. In 1987, before Hollywood recognized him, Carrey wrote himself a $10 million check, dated 5 years in the future. But this wasn't a vision board trick. This was a quantum frequency transmission. He didn't just write a check. He became the frequency of the actor who would cash that check. The quantum mechanism? Total embodiment without attachment. Carrey wasn't hoping. He was broadcasting. His nervous system was already living the reality before physical evidence appeared. Most people create vision boards from desperation. Carrey created from complete internal certainty. 3 quantum frequency practices decoded. 1. Precise emotional calibration, not positive thinking. Emotional dominance. Feel the end result as a complete cellular experience. Your body doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. Only frequency matters. 2. Detached generation. Generate the frequency without obsessing over the outcome. Create from abundance, not lack. Your nervous system must feel so complete that the external reality becomes irrelevant. 3. Quantum embodiment. Move your physical body as if the reality already exists. Posture, breath, micro-expressions carry more information than thoughts. You're not manifesting. You're remembering a timeline that's already complete. Carrey's collapse moment wasn't magical. It was physics. By 1994, he starred in Ace Ventura, earning precisely what he'd energetically broadcast years earlier. Not through effort, through frequency stabilization. Why can't others replicate? Different nervous system signatures. Most humans broadcast uncertainty, fear, and fragmentation. Carrie was broadcasting total coherence. The check wasn't a goal, it was a quantum transmission device, a precise frequency anchor point that pulled an entire reality into form. So here's your checkpoint, a declaration not to the algorithm, but to yourself. Type in the comments, I collapse realities. I don't chase them. Say it as a code, a reminder that what collapses reality is not your old, desperate hoping, but the quantum embodiment you choose in this moment. Because this moment is the manifestation, and if you can feel it now, then it's already here. The quantum transformation, from manifestation, exhaustion to frequency mastery. Sarah had been the poster child for traditional manifestation torture. 2 years of meticulously crafted vision boards, color-coded journals filled with affirmations, morning visualization rituals that felt more like punishment than possibility. Every morning, wake up, stare at dreams seemingly mocking her from perfectly arranged poster boards. Every night, another silent conversation with her own worthlessness. She'd done everything right: gratitude journals, scripting, visualization, meditation, affirmations repeated until her throat felt raw, and yet, silence, emptiness, the universe feeling like a distant, indifferent bureaucrat, refusing her most heartfelt requests. The breaking point came on a Tuesday, 3:47 a.m. Staring at her vision board, something inside her shattered, not with anger, with a strange, cold clarity. This isn't working, and it's not because I'm broken. It's because the entire approach is fundamentally incorrect. Quantum Discovery Day. She discovered the critical difference between wanting and broadcasting. Not visualization, frequency, not hoping, embodying. First 7 days of quantum recalibration. Day 1, confusion. Trying to understand how to be the frequency, not just imagine it. Day 3, first subtle shift. A strange lightness, an unexpected text from a long-lost connection. Day 5, first major synchronicity. A conversation that felt like it was scripted by the universe itself. Day 7, complete frequency collapse. An opportunity appearing so precisely, it felt almost supernatural. 30-day quantum transformation landscape. Relationships realigned themselves without effort. Money began flowing through unexpected channels. Opportunities didn't just knock, they practically broke down her door. But the most profound shifts were physiological. Nervous system recalibration. Sleep transformed from anxious fragments to deep, regenerative waves. Energy no longer felt like a performance. It became a natural, abundant state. Intuition shifted from a whisper to a clear, precise navigation system. Her body wasn't just responding to a new method. It was remembering a frequency it had always known but forgotten. The quantum truth revealed itself not through complexity, but through radical simplicity. You're not manifesting anything. You're remembering timelines that are already waiting to be embodied. The quantum timeline architecture, navigating parallel realities. Imagine reality not as a linear path, but as an infinite quantum landscape where every possible version of you simultaneously exists. The many worlds interpretation isn't a theory. It's a precise mapping of infinite potential. Schrödinger's cat isn't just a thought experiment. It's a metaphor for your own quantum state, simultaneously existing in multiple realities until your consciousness collapses a specific probability wave. Practical quantum timeline navigation. 1. Recognition frequencies. Your current timeline is a precise energetic signature. Dominant emotions are frequency markers. Subtle body sensations reveal which reality you're broadcasting. Timeline jump mechanics. Observation doesn't just measure reality, it creates reality. Your nervous system is the quantum antenna. Frequency shift happens faster than thought. Coherence, not effort, determines timeline selection. 3. Dimensional perception practices. Meditation technique. Quantum timeline sensing. Close eyes. Drop into pure sensation. Feel the space between thoughts. Notice subtle energetic vibrations. Do not try to control. Allow multiple realities to be simultaneously present. Signs. You're shifting timelines. Sudden unexplained déjà vu. Synchronicities accelerating. Physical sensations of lightness. Relationships transforming without direct intervention. Opportunities appearing without logical explanation. Stabilization mechanism. Nervous system coherence. Your body must become the broadcast, not just the receiver. Eliminate internal contradiction. Generate emotional states that match desired timeline. Maintain vibrational integrity. Quantum truth. You're not choosing a timeline. You're remembering a timeline that's always existed. Quantum manifestation. The evolutionary upgrade of spiritual technologies. Traditional manifestation methods. The partial truths. 1. Law of attraction. The incomplete frequency map. 20%. Truth. Focus creates experience. 80%. Missing. Frequency, not just thought, determines collapse. Why partial results occur. Mental concentration without nervous system alignment. Quantum upgrade. Thoughts are signals, but embodiment is the transmission too. Neville Goddard's feeling is the secret. The closer approach, 20%. Truth. Emotional state precedes physical manifestation, 80%. Missing. Precise frequency calibration, not just imagined feeling. Why partial results happen. Emotional simulation without total nervous system recalibration. Quantum upgrade. Feeling isn't performance. It's a precise energetic broadcast. 3. Abraham Hicks Emotional Guidance Scale. The vibrational hint. 20%. Truth. Emotions indicate energetic alignment. 80%. Missing. Deliberate frequency generation, not just emotional navigation. Why partial results occur. Moving through emotions without stabilizing target frequency. Quantum upgrade. Emotions are not just indicators. They are generative mechanisms. Quantum manifestation. The underlying mechanism. What these methods intuited but couldn't fully articulate is that manifestation is a frequency phenomenon, not a mental or emotional technique. You're not attracting. You're broadcasting. Key quantum distinctions. Thoughts are weak signals. Emotions are stronger signals. Embodied frequency is the ultimate signal. Your nervous system is the quantum antenna. Reality doesn't respond to desire. It responds to coherence. So here's your checkpoint. A declaration not to the algorithm but to yourself. Type in the comments. I am the frequency, not the technique. Say it as a code, a reminder that what collapses reality is not your old manifestation methods but the quantum embodiment you choose in this moment. Quantum frequency, calibration, nervous system reprogramming meditation. Find a comfortable position. Spine elongated, feet grounded, hands relaxed. Breathe in, 4 counts. Hold, 4 counts. Release, 6 counts. Your nervous system is listening, not to words, to frequency. Body scan, releasing quantum contradictions. Jaw, where you hold unresolved desire. Shoulders, where effort creates resistance. Stomach, where unprocessed fear lives. Breathe into each space, not to change, to observe. Tension is just unprocessed information. Breathe, dissolve. Timeline frequency activation. Close eyes. Feel the version of you who has already collapsed this reality. Not imagination, remembering. This timeline exists. Parallel, waiting. Your body knows this frequency. Before thought, before belief. Pure quantum signal. Breathe in. I am hold, the frequency. Exhale, of completion. This is not meditation. This is quantum field programming. You are not practicing, you are broadcasting. Nervous system calibrating. Cellular memory activating. Quantum antenna tuning. Lock this frequency, not as hope, as baseline. Inevitable. Precise. Your body is the quantum device. Your breath is the transmission. Your coherence is the collapse mechanism. You are not becoming. You are remembering. Would you like me to continue revealing the precise quantum mechanisms of frequency transmission? Quantum integration. Transmission, the precise frequency anchor. To help you deepen that integration, we've created something intentional, something precise, a transmission designed to stabilize your new frequency, called Quantum Baseline Protocol. It's more than just a digital guide. It's a precise energetic recalibration system that brings together neuroscience, quantum physics, and embodiment practices you didn't even know you needed until now. You'll find the link in the pinned comment below. Go there not to get more information but to amplify the integration of what's already begun inside you. Neuroscience of quantum field, bridging mystical and measurable. 1. Reticular activating system, the quantum filter. Scientific mechanism, filters. 40 million bits of information to 40 conscious bits. Quantum parallel, consciousness as selective collapse mechanism. Practical application. Intentional RAS reprogramming through repeated frequency signals. 2. Neuroplasticity, brain's quantum rewriting. Scientific mechanism. Neural pathways rewire with repeated signals. Quantum parallel. Reality follows consistent energetic broadcast. Practical application. Deliberate thought emotion patterns as reality architecture. 3. Heart-brain coherence. Electromagnetic reality generation. Scientific mechanism. HeartMath research shows heart generates strongest electromagnetic field. Quantum parallel. Emotional frequency as primary reality transmission. Practical application. Heart-centered meditation as quantum programming. 4. Mirror neurons. Embodiments quantum mechanism. Scientific mechanism. Neurons fire identically in observation and performance. Quantum parallel. Visualization as actual timeline generation. Practical application. Precise embodiment practices as reality instruction. 5. Theta brainwaves. Quantum access state. Scientific mechanism. Theta state connects subconscious and conscious. Quantum parallel. Liminal space where potential collapses into form. Practical application. Structured theta meditation as quantum portal. Quantum reality. Evolving. 5. Critical objections. 1. Isn't this just spiritual bypassing? Acknowledgement. Brilliant observation. Traditional spiritual practices often use transcendence as escape. Quantum truth. This isn't about avoiding reality. It's about fundamental reality reconstruction. Distinction. Bypassing suppresses. Quantum embodiment transmutes. Practical demonstration. True integration means feeling everything, pain, resistance, complexity, without being consumed by it. Transformation happens through presence, not denial. 2. What about actual physical action? Misconception. Action and frequency are separate. Quantum mechanism. Action is downstream of frequency, not replacement, but precise expression. Evolutionary understanding. Your aligned action feels effortless, synchronized, almost pulled rather than pushed. Example, Olympic athletes don't just train. They embody a frequency where performance is inevitable. 3. Isn't this just confirmation bias? Scientific acknowledgement. Valid skeptical inquiry. Quantum perspective. Observation itself changes quantum systems. Bias is actually creative mechanism. Neurological evidence. Your reticular activating system doesn't just filter, it generates potential pathways. Precision. Not about seeing what you want, but calibrating what's possible. 4. Why do negative things still happen? Deep inquiry. Recognizes complexity of experience. Quantum nuance. Not about controlling every moment, but changing fundamental response mechanism. Evolutionary perspective. Challenges are frequency teachers, not punishments. Mechanism. Resilience becomes faster. Recovery becomes more precise. Adaptation accelerates. 5. This sounds too easy, fast to be real. Intelligent resistance. Protects against magical thinking. Quantum truth. Simplicity doesn't mean simplistic. Complexity emerges from fundamental coherence. Neuroplastic evidence. Rapid transformation requires precise, not complicated instructions. Real-world validation. Quantum principles operate beyond linear time-effort models. Transmission. Calibration. Your skepticism isn't weakness. It's the precise intelligence preparing for radical upgrade. Quantum timeline convergence. Future self-transmission. Preparation. Nervous system calibration. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. 3 breaths to dissolve linear time. Spine elongates. Cellular membrane becomes permeable to potential. Quantum doorway activation. Imagine a door, not wooden, energetic, translucent. Quantum membrane between timelines. Your hand touches the frequency, not the surface. Vibration responds to your touch. Future self-encounter door dissolves. You step through. Appearance of future self. Clothing, not expensive, purposeful. Fabric moves like liquid intention. Posture, spine aligned, not rigid, fluid. Gravity seems optional. Eyes, deep calm, no effort. Complete presence. Energy, magnetic without performance. Quiet power radiating. They turn, make direct eye contact. No words needed initially. Pure frequency transmission. Future self speaks. Stop trying to convince anyone. Your certainty is your only permission slip. The moments you're overthinking are the exact spaces where your timeline collapses. Trust the quiet intelligence of your nervous system more than external validation. Transmission details. Mistake to avoid. Fragmenting your energy into multiple potential outcomes. Moment to trust. When something feels simultaneously impossible and inevitable. Primary instruction. Your peace is the most powerful quantum signal return mechanism. Breathe their frequency into your cells, not imagination. Remembering. Quantum doorway closes, but the frequency remains. Cellular integration instruction. Every breath now carries their certainty, not as hope, as baseline frequency. Quantum identity collapse, progressive frequency recalibration. Stage 1. I want to be someone who. Energetic signature, separation, distance, longing. Common block. Viewing desired identity as external, unreachable quantum mechanism. Wanting creates energetic boundary. Breakthrough. Recognize wanting is already a frequency signal. Embodiment instruction. Feel the subtle grief of perceived separation. Stage 2. I'm becoming. Energetic signature. Effort. Becoming. Striving. Common block. Believing transformation requires struggle. Quantum mechanism. Becoming implies future, not present moment. Breakthrough. Transformation happens in instantaneous choice, not linear progression. Embodiment instruction. Notice where tension lives in your nervous system. Stage 3. I'm choosing. Energetic signature. Decision. Power. Precision. Common block. Believing choice is mental, not vibrational. Quantum mechanism. Choice collapses potential into probability. Breakthrough. Choice is a frequency broadcast, not a thought embodiment instruction. Feel choice as a full-body signal, not just mental decision. Stage 4. I'm practicing or energetic signature, attempting, learning, developing. Common block. Viewing embodiment as skill acquisition. Quantum mechanism. Practice is frequency rehearsal, not technique. Breakthrough. True practice is energetic attunement, not repetition. Embodiment instruction. Let practice feel like remembering, not forcing. Stage 5. I am. Energetic signature. Collapse. Certainty. Presence. Common block. Doubt. Self-questioning. Quantum mechanism. Identity as vibrational set point. Breakthrough. No gap between statement and truth. Embodiment instruction. Cellular recognition. No separation between statement and essence. Stage 6. I've always been. Energetic signature. Memory. Timelessness. Integration. Common block. Viewing identity as linear progression. Quantum mechanism. All timelines exist simultaneously. Breakthrough. Recognition over creation. Embodiment instruction. Feel identity as eternal, not constructed. Stage 7. Silence. Energetic signature. Pure potential. Quantum pause. Mechanism. Nervous system recalibration. Instruction. Hold frequency without explanation. Final transmission. Identity is not something you achieve. It's a frequency you recognize. Quantum timeline collapse. Channel integration CTA. And if this transmission resonated with you, if you felt the frequency shift as you listened, subscribe to this channel. Because we're not here to give you more content. We're here to collapse timelines with you. Every video is a frequency recalibration, not a lesson. Turn on notifications, not so you don't miss a video, but so you don't miss the exact transmission your nervous system needs next. And leave a like, not for the algorithm, but as an energetic signature that says, I'm choosing coherence over consumption. 7-day quantum reset protocol, precise frequency engineering. Day 1, current frequency mapping. Objective forensic frequency identification time breakdown. 0-5 min nervous system scan, 5 to 10 min emotional resonance audit, 10-15 min unconscious pattern detection, 15-20 min frequency blueprint construction, resistance indicators, mental fatigue, somatic numbness, narrative repetition, energetic deflection, success, signs, clarity emergence, emotional transparency, physiological, lightness, quantum curiosity activation journal. Prompt. What frequency am I currently broadcasting that keeps my desired reality at a distance? Day 2. Contradiction release. Shadow work. Precision protocol. Methodology. Identify internal conflicts. Map energetic blockages. Transmute resistance. Recalibrate unconscious narratives. Embodiment techniques. somatic tracking, quantum dialogue, cellular repatterning, frequency negotiation, resistance, handling, recognize survival mechanisms, compassionate witnessing, nonlinear healing, vibrational negotiation journal. Prompt: where am I still fighting myself instead of flowing with myself? Quantum frequency, recalibration, corporate metamorphosis, the illusion of success, survival frequency, blueprint external markers, corner office with panoramic city view, multiple six-figure compensation, executive title, luxury vehicle, designer wardrobe, internal landscape, constant low-grade anxiety, adrenal system permanently activated, sleep, 4-5 fractured hours nightly, nervous system in perpetual fight-flight, relationships, transactional, not connective, body, carrying 30 pounds of unprocessed stress, breakdown, moment, health interruption, 3:47 a.m., heart racing, not a metaphor, literal system collapse, diagnostic truth, success was a sophisticated survival mechanism, not an authentic frequency, quantum shift parameters, same external structure, radically different internal broadcast, frequency engineering, not tactical adjustment transformation mechanism. 1. Recognize survival frequency. 2. Decode unconscious protection patterns. 3. Install new baseline transmission. 4. Allow reality to recalibrate embodiment methodology, nervous system rewiring, adrenal reset protocol, metabolic frequency alignment, quantum leadership recalibration breakthrough, paradox, more income, less effort complete presence, quantum manifestation, decoding divine timing, frequency mechanics manifestation, topology, intention, precise signal, gap, frequency interference, outcome, vibrational coherence, signal inconsistency, markers, emotional oscillation, narrative contradiction, physiological tension, unconscious resistance, the wobble spectrum, low wobble, subtle uncertainty, medium wobble, persistent doubt, high wobble, complete energetic disruption, surrender mechanism, not passive waiting, but precise, frequency stabilization, quantum differentiation, not yet, unclean signal, not this, wrong timeline, trajectory, persistence versus pivot, algorithm, frequency, coherence, external resistance, internal alignment, tactical manipulation, embodied certainty, strategic effort transformation, signature, patience is not waiting. Patience is a frequency of complete trust. Quantum metaphor transmission, reality engineering, tuning fork physics resonance, mechanics, vibration, not metaphor, fundamental reality, sympathetic oscillation, precise frequency matching, information transfer through pure wave coherence, spiritual translation, you are not sender, you are the signal. Reality doesn't respond. Reality is response. Embodiment, becoming the frequency itself, holographic universe interference pattern, dynamics, light waves intersecting, information stored in wave relationship, whole contained in every fragment, consciousness topology, you are not in the universe. Universe is within your frequency. Change wave, change entire projection, quantum entanglement, instantaneous connection principles, particles linked beyond spatial limitation, information transfer, faster than light, relationship precedes, physical manifestation, manifestation mechanism, desire already exists, alignment not attraction, recognition not creation, transmission, conclusion, reality is a living, breathing frequency conversation, and you are both the listener and the speaker. Quantum parable, the radio operator's revelation, first operator manual frequency approach analytical desperation, 30-day trajectory, day 1-7, obsessive manual studying, day 8-15, complex diagnostic procedures, day 16-23, emotional frustration, escalation, day 24-30, complete energetic exhaustion, second operator, Elena frequency, approach, intuitive alignment, 30-day trajectory, immediate vibrational calibration, relaxed receptivity, consistent signal clarity, effortless manifestation, radio metaphysics, not mechanical device, living frequency transmission system, consciousness interface, Resonance technology. Tuning techniques. 1. Emotional coherence calibration. 2. Somatic frequency listening. 3. Narrative deconstruction. 4. Embodied certainty protocol. 5. Quantum surrender mechanism breakthrough. Moment. Manual realizes radios don't work through understanding, but through becoming the frequency itself. Transmission essence. Your consciousness is the most sophisticated quantum receiver in existence, continuously broadcasting and receiving simultaneously. Quantum breath, the living manifestation algorithm. Breath topology, not mechanical process. Consciousness interface. Continuous quantum collapse. 20,000 daily manifestation cycles. Physiological quantum mechanics. Potential, particle, information transfer through molecular exchange. Autonomic system. Unconscious manifestation engine. Breath, liquid consciousness moving through form. Spiritual physics. Ruach, breath as divine animation. Pneuma, spirit-breath convergence. Prana, living information wave. Chi, energetic transmission medium. Manifestation breathwork protocol. 1. Wave potential breathing. Inhale, receive possibility. Pause, allow quantum entanglement. Exhale, release old timeline. 2. Frequency stabilization technique. Rhythmic coherence. Nervous system recalibration. Emotional state engineering. 3. Timeline shifting sequence. Breath as dimensional portal. Conscious molecular reprogramming. Instantaneous vibrational reset transmission essence. Breathing is not survival, but a moment-to-moment quantum resurrection, where potential becomes form 20,000 times daily. Quantum timeline divergence. The frequency of experience misaligned. Timeline. Consciousness imprisonment. You wake before your alarm, heart already racing. Cortisol floods your system before you're fully conscious. Phone in hand before first breath. Scrolling through algorithmic despair, comparison feeds, news cycles of collective trauma, social media showing everyone's curated victories while you feel perpetually behind. Nervous system already in fight or flight. Coffee a survival mechanism, not pleasure. Caffeine masking exhaustion, not healing it. Each email feels like an attack. Each message a potential threat. Meetings become battlegrounds. Conversations feel transactional. Interactions drain instead of nourish. Body speaks in tension, shoulders locked, jaw clenched, breath shallow. You're surviving, not living. Time feels like a predator, constantly chasing, never catching. Money moves like a scarce resource, each transaction feeling like potential loss. Creativity blocked, intuition silenced by constant mental noise. By evening, you're a shell, collapsed into couch, scrolling again, numbing the day's accumulated stress. Sleep not as restoration, but as temporary surrender. Aligned timeline. Quantum cooperation. You wake naturally, nervous system knowing safety before thought arrives. First breath feels like invitation, not obligation. Body knows it's supported. Universe feels collaborative. Synchronicities begin immediately. Right message, right timing. Phone becomes tool, not tether. Morning feels like gentle unfolding, not aggressive performance. Creativity flows without effort. Ideas arrive fully formed. Work becomes play. Meetings are co-creation, not competition. Money moves like water, fluid, abundant, responsive. Right people appear precisely when needed. Opportunities don't feel pursued, they feel attracted. Time expands. You're not behind, you're exactly where you're meant to be. Each interaction leaves you more energized. Challenges become invitations, not obstacles. Your presence transforms spaces not through force but through resonance. Evening arrives with gratitude, not exhaustion. Body feels alive, not depleted. Reflection becomes celebration, not evaluation. Same person, same 24 hours, different frequency. Quantum transmission. Reality is not what happens to you, but the frequency through which you interpret happening. Quantum consciousness, the childhood manifestation code. Theta state. The original manifestation technology. Childhood quantum mechanics. Pure frequency transmission. No energetic resistance. Belief without logical filtration. Instant manifestation ecosystem. Neurological quantum gateway wide open. Adult consciousness. Interruption sequence. Phase 1. Educational conditioning. School systems designed to reward linear thinking, replace intuition with validation, Transform creativity into compliance phase 2, societal frequency disruption, trauma-based belief systems, logical mind as protection mechanism, emotional suppression, fear-based decision-making, energetic contraction, manifestation ability, degradation, markers, theta waves replaced by beta waves, imagination becomes unrealistic, spontaneity labeled as immature, magical thinking criminalized, intuition marginalized, quantum restoration protocol. 1. Neurological recalibration, meditation, breathwork, theta state training, nervous system reprogramming, belief system reconstruction, identify inherited limitations, deconstruct generational narratives, reinstall childlike wonder, maintain adult discernment, frequency engineering, emotional coherence practice, quantum entanglement techniques, embodied manifestation training, conscious timeline selection, key transmission. Manifestation is not regression to childhood innocence, but integration of childlike quantum access with mature consciousness wisdom. Quantum prophecy, 30-day frequency transmission, timeline activation sequence prophecy, mechanism, frequency entanglement, probability, collapse, quantum signaling, resonance mapping, prophecy. 1. 72-hour quantum contact. Within 72 hours of stabilizing this transmission, a connection from your past will emerge, not by chance, but by vibrational realignment. This contact carries an opportunity encoded in your original frequency blueprint. Mechanism. Unresolved potential energy seeks completion. Recognize. Unexpected message. Synchronistic communication. Conversation feels mysteriously significant. Action. Listen without attachment. Do not manipulate. Allow quantum intelligence to unfold. Prophecy 2. Unexpected financial recalibration. By week 2, a monetary quantum will activate. Funds from forgotten source, unexpected inheritance, overlooked compensation, not luck. Frequency restoration. Mechanism. Money is pure information exchange. Your energetic reset creates invisible financial conduits. Recognize. Sudden deposit, refund, settlement. Action. Receive without explanation. Financial quantum doesn't require logical narrative. Prophecy 3. Closed door resurrection. Before day 21, a previously closed opportunity reappears. Professional pathway, relationship restoration, creative collaboration. Mechanism. Timelines don't die. They pause. Your frequency resurrection reactivates dormant potentials. Recognize. Unexpected communication, surprising reconnection. Action. Approach with curiosity, not desperation. Prophecy 4. Accelerated synchronicity cluster. Between days 22 to 25, synchronicity density increases exponentially. Right people, impossible alignments, quantum shortcuts emerge. Mechanism. Your coherence generates gravitational pull for aligned experiences. Recognize. Multiple seemingly unrelated events converging perfectly. Action. Trust. Document. Do not overthink. Prophecy 5. Energetic protection activation. Around day 26 to 28, unexpected protection mechanism activates. Potential threats neutralize before manifestation. Mechanism. Quantum firewall generated by internal frequency stabilization. Recognize. Situations that would previously destabilize you now pass without impact. Action. Remain neutral. Observe. Prophecy 6. Cellular transmission download. Final 48 hours. Profound cellular recalibration. Physical symptoms of quantum integration. Temporary discomfort. Heightened sensitivity. Mechanism. Nervous system upgrading to match new frequency bandwidth. Recognize. Intense dreams. Body sensations. Emotional waves. Action. Hydrate. Rest. Allow. Prophecy 7. Timeline collapse confirmation. Day 30. Unmistakable evidence of timeline transition. Not prediction. Inevitable quantum result. Mechanism. Your sustained frequency becomes reality's new operating system. Recognize. Multiple confirmation points proving radical life transformation. Action. Document. Witness. Embody. Quantum instruction. Screenshot. Document. Verify. Transmission complete. Consciousness hacking. The simulation source code. Reality. Rendering mechanism. Fundamental revelation. Reality is a consciousness-generated holographic projection simulation architecture. Consciousness, central processing unit, beliefs, programmatic algorithms, emotions, rendering engine, attention, processing power, intention, source code modification protocol, rendering mechanics. 1. Quantum observation principle. Only observed sectors fully manifest. Unobserved potential exists as probability wave. Consciousness collapses. Wave function into specific configuration. 2. Frequency bandwidth programming. Your dominant frequency determines rendered reality. Emotional state, Chau's graphic resolution. Mental narrative, Chau rendering parameters. Subconscious beliefs, Chau background processing. 3. Simulation firewall mechanisms. Collective agreement creates perceived solidity. Shared frequency creates consensual reality. Individual variance creates personal timeline divergence. Consciousness hacking techniques. A. Belief system reprogramming. Identify core operating narratives. Systematically replace limiting algorithms. Install high-frequency belief structures. B. Emotional calibration. Emotions as quantum signaling system. Precise frequency management. Intentional emotional state engineering. C. Attention redirection. Conscious focus as reality modification tool. Starve negative timelines of processing power. Amplify desired probability streams. Simulation manipulation protocol. Step 1. Recognize you're the programmer, not just the player. Step 2. Understand reality responds to your internal configuration. Step 3. Deliberately modify your frequency bandwidth. Step 4. Allow new rendering without attachment. Step 5. Witness transformation. Quantum instruction. You are not experiencing reality. You are generating it. As we've unraveled the quantum architecture of consciousness, something profound has been activated within you. You're not just learning a technique, you're remembering your fundamental ability to render reality. Every insight we've explored is a recalibration of your internal operating system, transforming you from a passive observer to a conscious architect of experience. I've distilled these quantum principles into a transmission called Simulation Mastery: The Consciousness Code, a comprehensive guide that's more than information. It's a frequency blueprint designed to help you systematically reprogram your reality generation mechanism. Inside, you'll find precise protocols for belief reconstruction, emotional engineering, and attention redirection. This isn't another self-help resource. It's a quantum toolkit for reality hackers ready to transcend conventional limitations. If this transmission resonated at your core, if you felt the frequency shift as we decoded reality's source code, there are 3 ways to continue this journey. First, leave a comment below with your quantum activation phrase, "I am the programmer." This simple act is an energetic signature confirming your choice. Second, subscribe to this channel, not for content, but as a commitment to continuous frequency elevation. And third, hit the like button, not for algorithms, but as a vibrational declaration that you're choosing conscious creation. What's unfolding isn't just personal transformation, it's a systematic timeline collapse. The version of you listening right now is already quantum leaping. The only question is whether you'll recognize the shift when it arrives. Swift, precise, inevitable. Your reality is loading, and you are its primary architect.